Day 14 of Denver Broncos training camp is in the books, and unfortunately, it was not the bounce-back day from Bo Nix and the first-team offense that they were looking for after their struggles in the preseason opener against the San Francisco 49ers. So today, full disclosure, was another day that I was unable to get out to, so we're relying on second-hand reporting. Let's go ahead and bring in this tweet from Zach Stevens of DNVR. It was a tough practice for Bo Nix and the Broncos' starting pass game. The Broncos' pass defense was very stout, so the Broncos' defense, the first team, bounced back pretty well in the game, but it sounds like they bounced back even more in this practice. The pressure was on Bo often. In the final period, Bo had 3 good completions to Troy Franklin, Adam Troutman, and Marvin Mims in a move the ball where they needed to get in field goal range in order to tie, but then Bo Nix threw an interception deep to Jaquan McMillan. Here's the context behind that pick according to Cecil Lammey, who I was listening to when it happened. It was a 50-50 jump ball to Michael Bandy, and Jaquan was able to just out-physical him and pick it off. I don't even know why Michael Bandy was running with the ones. That's not somebody who Bo's going to be throwing to on Sunday, so I'm not really concerned about the interception at the end of the day. I feel like that's something that you can learn from and correct. I didn't see the play, so I don't know if the decision itself was good or bad, but Michael Bandy's not going to be a guy who's going to be out there on Sundays, so do with that pick what you will. What is noteworthy, though, is that Bo had a couple of plays in an earlier team period, again according to Cecil, where the ball placement just wasn't there. And that is a pattern and a trend that we need to keep note of because Bo had 2 passes in the preseason game that were just off. The placement wasn't quite there. And he's had a couple of other balls like that in training camp. I will say this once again, I've said this so many times on the channel. When you're developing a young quarterback, progression isn't linear. There are going to be peaks, there are going to be valleys. It's not like Madden where the progression is linear and your rating just goes up and up and up. It's not like that in real life. There are going to be days where Bo Nix struggles, and there are going to be days where Bo Nix really does well and he goes out there and he lights it up. However, you do have to note the days that Bo has been stacking here and the patterns that have been showing up. The ball placement, that's been a pattern that's been showing up. The pressure on Bo, that's something that definitely needs to get cleaned up because we saw that in the game. It continued into today. It's really been an issue for the entirety of training camp. The offensive line has had some issues with pass protection, but there's also been some issues with actually having the right protection call, and that's a collective operational failure on the Broncos offense, and that needs to get cleaned up. So I'm not going to sit here and overreact to a training camp practice, but I'm also going to be realistic and honest about what's going on here, and we've got to recognize these patterns and at least note them for future practices and see if these trends continue into the next preseason game or even into the next joint practice against the Arizona Cardinals. As far as some positives from today, Bo Nix didn't have an all-bad day. He had these 3 good completions, and he had a really nice play in 7-on-7 apparently where he fitted a tight window throw into Courtland Sutton's arms. Pat Surtain had smothering coverage, but it was a pinpoint accurate throw from Bo, so that was really good to see. Additionally, Jarrett Stidham is continuing to stack positive days out there. Had a really nice completion to Evan Ingram for a touchdown, was distributing the ball really well, exactly where he needed it to go. So really good stuff from Stiddy in the second team, but I have no clue why Michael Bandy was running with Bo in the first team, and the interception was kind of a sour taste in the mouth of the offense for the end of the day. All right, Broncos country, be sure to leave a like on this video as well, subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.